TradingSim, the #1 market replay platform in the world, where you can learn to trade like a pro at your own pace.
Hey day traders, this is Al Hill from TradingSim.com. In today's video, we're going to cover where the Stochastic RSI can fail you, right? One thing at TradingSim, we want to pride ourselves, in the videos and the content we put out, and part of that is speaking truth and showing you where these indicators can actually fail, right? They don't always work out, which is why you have to make sure you put in your stops, right? So to this point, we're looking at VTVT. The reason I'm showing this particular stock, it's a low float stock, low priced. It's about 33 million shares outstanding, and the stock had a nice run up. And I'm looking. This is April 18th is the date in the replay platform and trading. So I'm looking at. So you can see here, there's resistance, right? There's a swing high here. It looks like going into the close on the 17th, we tested that and failed, right? And so the Stochastic RSI is a pretty high reading here, right at resistance. Okay, so let's say you come in here and and you're saying, all right, I think this thing's overvalued. I don't want to ride this bullish train because it's likely going to crap out at some point, right? Just say you're a naysayer. So you're going to look for another point at which to get short. Now there's not another trend line or channel per se, so you may say, hey, I just wanted to go beyond this point somewhat, and then I'm going to get short with an oversold reading here, or overbought reading, right? So say on the open, as you can see, right, this thing's spiking up. I mean, that is a huge candle. I mean, you're talking like almost a 40-cent candle, low to high. Right, so that's just massive. This is on a 5-minute bar, right? So I mean, just think about that for a second, right? You're talking like 30% or more in literally 5 minutes, right, on a move. And look at the Stochastic RSI. Really hasn't done much, right? So say you're gonna be patient here. Yeah, so let's speed up the activity a little bit so we can get this thing moving a little faster. Let's do a 1-minute fast forward here. Now, again, okay, so now we're starting to get Stoch reading pretty high, right? Okay, now let's say up in here, you're like, okay, all right, I think something's happening here, right? You're starting to roll over. So let's say you go, all right, you know what? I'm going to short this thing. So you short it. All right, 172 entry. Now, maybe not the best short in the world. But looks overbought. Reading's kind of high. He had these big bars in here. So let's see what happens. Alright, let's go back to the 1-minute fast forward. Now, if you're day trading, your stop should be here, right above 195, right? But for illustration purposes, I'm not going to put a stop in. I just want to show you how things can literally get out of hand if you're trading movers without discipline and without a clear vision of where you're looking to get out, right? So let's say our target is, the last low of $1.18. So we're trying to make, 50, 60 cents, give or take, right? And let's say our target, our stop loss is, in the 190s, we're risking like 20 cents, right? So it's close to 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio. But let's just say, and this happens, please believe me that this happens. You're going to get in a trade, you're going to get so hopeful that it works out, or you're just going to say, you know what? I don't think it's, whatever, I know I'm right, right? You start fighting it, right? And I've done this before where I literally do not put in my stop. So after you enter your trade, always place your stop. That's the first thing you want to do. That is the first thing you want to do. Before you put in your profit target, place your stop. Now, if you have bracket orders and you already know your risk on each trade, then make sure that you always activate those bracket orders. But in lieu of a bracket order, right? Please put in your stops. Make that your first order of business. All right, so speed this up a little bit here. Here we go. Now look at this. All right, so now 197, 205. All right. Okay, so maybe it'll stop at 2, right? That's what you're thinking. Maybe it'll stop at 2, right? See what happens here. Okay, bam. So now, okay, let me just pause this for a second. So now you're at 227. All right, you got it at a $1.72. Okay. Now this illustration, I'm only trading 100 shares, but imagine if you put in half of your portfolio, or imagine if you were shorting this thing on margin. Okay. Now, please do not take this video as a bash against low float stock traders. I know there are people that make money trading low float. I know them personally. I just don't do it, right? Because for me, I lacked the discipline, to be totally honest with you, to be able to adhere to these stocks. Because when you're wrong in large cap, high float stocks, excuse me, when you're wrong in large cap, high float stocks, it may go against you by 1% or 2, right? But you're not having an emotional breakdown, right? But with something like this, you're talking, 40 cents. You're talking like over 20% against you in a matter of like 50 minutes. Right? So like I just firmly believe there's easier ways of making money. Now going back to the Stochastic RSI, not to get too far off topic, this oversold reading was nonsense here. I mean, you had it here, like in the 190 range, right? Bottomed out, So this high reading on the Stochastic RSI was nonsense. I mean, it just literally from this high point, it just completely like kind of floated sideways and then shot up again. Now you could say, oh well, it was only at like 90 here, and historically, you have to get to 100. I mean, you could make that argument, but really, it's just you're within like the margins, right? It's where you're within the lines here, and these subtle moves of like 10 or 7 on the indicator, I mean, completely can run you another 20-30 cents percent, right? And so now here comes the question: what do? The Stochastic RSI has failed you. You gotta overbought reading here. It kind of pulled back, looked like it was coming down. We get into short. Now it's taking off again. So this is where it gets tricky. Do you A, close out the trade with a 20% loss? B, wait for it to come back to break even? C, hold your stick to your guns, and wait for it to go much lower as you would expect it. This is the challenge, my friend. This is what you're going to face when you're out here. Nothing short of it, right? So let's let this play out. Now, again, we're in the replay. Now, now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 250. All right? Is that 250? 254. You got it at $1.72. This is stressful. Period. End of story. This is stress. I'm getting stressed looking at this, and this is in the replay tool. People tell me, oh, it's just replay, it doesn't matter, it's not real money. Nonsense. This is practice. And not to channel Allen Iverson, but I disagree with him. Practice matters, right? You need to practice. Period. And you should get angry when you see this kind of stuff, right? You didn't put your stop in. You let things get away from you. This is how this happens. Look at the Stoch RSI. It just keeps grinding higher. You go from a reading of like, 91 in this area up to like, now it's at 100. But that represented like 60 cents on a $1.90 when it was in the 90s. Okay? So I'm showing you this video, again, not to bash the Stochastic RSI, not to bash VTVT personally, not to bash low flow stock traders, but I'm here to tell you that if you're going to use indicators, you need to use them with stocks that respect indicators, support and resistance, which are generally the larger cap stocks. You cannot use these oscillators with high flyers. Yeah, they're going to work out like here, this low and the low of the Stoch. But when it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out in a big way, right? And you can get crushed. So, moral of the story, again, use the right indicators for the right types of securities. If you're going to use the Stochastic RSI with low float stocks, you need to have a clear understanding of where you're placing your stops, and more importantly, how that particular security responds to the indicator. All right, hope this was helpful. Again, not to scare you, but just to show you when things go wrong, you have to have your stops, right? And we didn't place one in this particular example just to show you how things can quickly get out of hand. All right, good luck trading. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and also feel free to come over to TradingSim.com to see how we can help you with your trading journey. All right, take care, folks. Good luck.
Please remember to like or share this video. To learn more about how TradingSim can help you become a profitable trader, please visit our site at TradingSim.com.